This video tutorial is for mile marker 2, practice 1, question 7. In question 7, you're asked to dilate by a factor of 2 centered at the origin. So we're going to dilate triangle ABC and then label the image of triangle ABC. So I'm going to actually take you through two different ways to do this dilation. We're going to start with just the graphic way. So we said that our center of dilation is the origin, and it's pretty easy to dilate from the origin. So earlier when we talked about question 4 on the mile marker, we said that if a dilation has a scale factor that's greater than 1, so in this case our scale factor is 2, that's going to cause the points to move away from the center. So point A is currently 1 unit below the center. We're just going to double that path in the same direction, so down the axis, and point A prime will be right here. So it's just double the distance from the center. I would start with either A or C because those are the points that are on the axes, and those will be the easiest to perform the dilation on. So if we look at C, C is 4 units to the right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we're going to go 4 more units horizontally to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's where C prime will be. So again, it's easy when we only have to worry about a horizontal or a vertical dilation. Now B is just going to be our slightly more difficult scenario. I'm going to change the color so B stands out a little more. For B, we have to move both horizontally and vertically. And the mistake I think a lot of people make is they try to move diagonally. What I would do, if I were you, is I would either, starting horizontally or vertically, it doesn't matter, I'm going to go horizontally, I would trace the path to B using only horizontal and vertical segments. So 2 to the right and 3 down. Then from point B, we could use we could use the Pythagorean theorem if we wanted to know the distance from the origin to B, but that's totally unnecessary. All we need to do now is repeat that triangle that we just made. Well, it's not a triangle unless we connect it, but we could go 2 units over again, 3 units down again. And the reason I'm doing it twice is because our scale factor is 2. So point B prime will be here. So you could see that the distance from the origin to B has now doubled by doing that. And we really just use 2 congruent triangles. So our last step here is to just connect those points. Again, using a ruler is the best way. I don't have a ruler in this app, so I'm just going to do the best I can. All right, so that is our image. There's one more way, or at least one more way, that we could do problem 7, and that involves using the coordinates and the scale factor. So this only works when the center of our dilation is the origin. So we could not have done this earlier for problem number 4. What we can do here is just multiply each of the ordered pairs, so the x and the y values, by the scale factor to get the coordinates for A prime, B prime, and C prime. So let's try that. For A prime, I know 0 times 2 is still 0. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Oops. All right, for B prime, we're going to do the same thing. So 2 times 2 is 4, and negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. And again, in case I wasn't clear, we're multiplying times the scale factor, so that's why we're doubling everything. And then lastly, C prime, 4 times 2 is 8, and 0 times 2 is still 0. So we should get the same points we got on the last slide. A prime is at 0, negative 2. B prime is at 4, negative 6. And C prime is at 8, 0. And then when we connect those, and do make sure you label those, we are looking to see that you have labeled them correctly and that you are connecting those points to actually make that triangle.